What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to the relaunch of Team Spotlight. That's right, we're starting over at Episode 1, and it's not going to be a letdown like a certain War in the Stars movie Episode 1. There's no Jar Jar Binks here. Instead, we're bringing you a team up that was suggested on my Facebook fan page by an Agent Clevis. This team was aptly named the Hyper Swashbucklers. So as you can see, we're using Nightcrawler as an infiltrator, and we'll check out what special ISOs we use on him. First, we have his revered and powered ISO 8, and this grants Mystic Shroud to all of our allies at the start of combat. Next, we have the Waylaying A ISO, and it grants Ambush Paragon Exploiter. We put Pressurized on his level 2 and level 6 just to add more pressure points debuffs, and then his level 9 has Calamitous. Kind of overkill because it is a stealthy attack, but I figured why not. Then on Hyperion, we first have the Hardened and Powered ISO 8. Melee attacks increase defense. Then for his second ISO, the Elite and Powered ISO 8. And we know how powerful that one can be. On his level 1, we have the Bloody A ISO. The Ionizing on his level 2, followed by Pressurized and Bursting. So not a bad setup, but feel free to tweak it as you wish. The same thing goes for our equipment, but we begin with the Neuro Purge for a quick action pressure points. Then for some magic protection, we're using the Hexenjäger. Magic warding really comes in handy, as we all know. Next, the Hand of Apocalypse is there for Paragon Exploiter and Brutal Strike. Then we have the Satellite Support so we don't hit our own teammates. And finally, the Synthetic Cube. It's a jack of all trades. Now for our first part of the action portion, we're going to go into the simulator and fight one of the bosses there. So this is Apocalypse from the Villain Archive. This team up really shouldn't have a problem with him or any PvE encounter. Oh, and one more thing I should say is we're using the Blaster Safeguard Suit. The reason we're using this is because of Staggered, and the fact that we may have to stagger an enemy agent due to some of our unarmed melee attacks. Just in case you didn't know, that's one way to get around Hugin's Eye. Otherwise, the enemy agent can get a little bit annoying, especially missing all those Fists of Fusion attacks, just for example. Apocalypse here on the other hand shouldn't be that much of a problem. But one decision we do have is which Nightcrawler ability should we use. They're all quite good. What I really like though about his level 1 is the fact that not only did we add Paragon Exploiter, it also has Unexpected Strike. In other words, a 60% chance to do a follow-up ambush. So that's going to mean 2 Paragon Exploiter attacks in a row. I probably don't have to say this, but that's really vicious. Then with Hyperion, I like to start out with his Solar Strike, that way he'll get an extra attack on his next turn. It also adds near fatal to your target, so all you have to do is get them within 20% HP, and they'll instantly die. It's even going to greatly damage a boss such as Apocalypse. We could actually hit him with his own hand, but we're going to go ahead and wait for Nightcrawler, and then we'll see if he can finish him off. For now, we'll just go ahead and fire the Hexenjäger. Now as for Nightcrawler, not only is his ambush incredible, he also has triple threat. This has something called Chain Teleport. Chain Teleport says has a 60% chance to perform a follow-up ambush against each enemy with weakened, exposed, dizzy, or slowed. This can mean the entire enemy team. That was always a great move, but now that Ambush has Paragon Exploiter, it's even better. But now that Apocalypse has been defeated, we're going to go into PvP and check out the Hyper Swashbucklers there. As for our first matchup, it's going to be against Quicksilver and Hulk. Let me just say this just for general knowledge. When you face a team that has low health, or lower than what you were expecting, it's for one of two reasons. One, they have low armory or hero bonuses, or maybe they're even a lower level. Or two, they're just entirely geared towards offense, or attack. It really won't take that long to decide which. As soon as they attack once or twice, you should know. Right now I'm honestly thinking that they're heavy attack. We'll know for sure after the Incredible Hulk goes. Unfortunately for us, he has the elite E-ISO, and so that's going to be very bad. He instantly rage punches our Nightcrawler to death, and he still has attacks left. So after he hits us with a boulder, he's then going to use a giant-sized Hulk smash to one-shot our agent. Well, you're probably wondering, why did I keep this battle? Well, Hyperion's still left for one. Secondly, there's one drawback to using a glass cannon type team. In other words, a team that's full out attack and has very low health. That weakness is about to get exposed, or I should say it's going to get hubbled. And that's going to be Hyperion for you in the right setup. Now this next battle is going to be the last one, but it's going to be much longer. That's because we're facing a 31k Enchantress and Pestilence Beast team. We luckily do have Pentecostal Oath, and that's really going to come in handy. The Neuro Purge is also certainly going to help out as well. After we use that quick action, we're going to unfortunately shoot the enemy agent with the Hexenjäger. And you're probably wondering why. It's because I saw the signpost and I wanted to check if it worked. Plus Enchantress had mirror image anyways, and I thought maybe I'll miss. Right after I wished I wouldn't have done it. But you know what, we can fire it on Enchantress later. With Hyperion, we're going to use his level 6 Solar Strike, and now he's going to be set up for that extra turn in the next round. After his attack, we of course have to wait for Enchantress to be done, and that sometimes takes a while. But I'm definitely excited to attack with Nightcrawler. Pressure points debuffs have already been built up, and so we could pretty much go with any attack. What I'm thinking I really want to show you is Triple Threat. It's always been a personal favorite of mine. So what we're going to do is use our Triple Threat, even though our level 9 was tempting, and we'll start by attacking Beast. He is a tactician after all, and we're using the Infiltrator Nightcrawler. Well, more specifically, the Infiltrator Swashbuckler uniform. As you can see, we do get an ambush follow-up on every single enemy. The only bad thing is we are bleeding, and we may end up killing ourselves. But it was kind of worth it just to see it. Next up, on the enemy Beast turn, he's going to take some dots, but he also has a renewal. Because of that, this fight definitely isn't easy. Fortunately, he does end up missing. Sadly, our enemy agent is charmed, and he has to skip his turn. So we are in a bit of trouble here. The evil enemy agent does use his signpost, and he's going to heal, but no hot seat damage. Then, believe it or not, things are actually going to get worse. He uses the Scroll of Osterich, and that's what we're going to call it, that or chorizo. I would have thought it couldn't get worse, but it did. Luckily, we have a hubbled, and on top of that, with our second attack, we're going to use Atomic Vision, which easily drops Enchantress. Nightcrawler, unfortunately, is also a casualty. Well, of dots. Then Tactician Beast is going to use Momentary Advantage, meaning he'll get 2 attacks. And this could spell trouble. First he hits our Hyperion with the Heart of Darkness, but he will take Absorb Energy for that. He comes right back with it again, but once again we get Absorb Energy. So did I mention that Hyperion is a beast with the Elite Empowered ISO 8? Most bruisers are, but I really do enjoy using him. Anyways, next up with my agent, we're going to use the hand, and if this lands, it should easily knock him out. Alright, luckily it hits, and we end up getting collateral damage. Unfortunately, Hyperion's going to hit our own agent. Then he's also stunned. That just means it's going to take a little bit longer to win, but I don't see any way that we're going to lose. The enemy beast is going to use yet another Heart of Darkness on Hyperion, which means more Absorb Energy. And then with my agent, we're going to use the Neuro Purge as a quick action since it's off of cooldown. Then we can go right for the Atom Smasher. Honestly, I could wait, but I don't want to risk anything, so we're going to use it. And this may very well end the match. Alright, well hey, he does live, so Hyperion's going to get to end it after all. Oh great. Well, Beast is going to get another attack. He actually just uses at the Mountain of Madness. And so that means we can go ahead and throw the Hubble telescope one more time. This attack is not going to miss. So that's how this one's going to end. And I do hope you enjoyed the relaunch of Team Spotlight. It won't always be a suggested team up like I said, but every once in a while we will take a suggestion. If you do want to leave a team up, then feel free to do so in the comment section below. And remember, I may also use that in a Subscriber Squads episode as well. So make sure to comment, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, good luck, and take care.